What happens to your body when you stop drinking alcohol? The pandemic has driven many of us to drink. Whether it's a little added stress relief or an attempt to alleviate months of mind-numbing monotony, many of us are adding another cocktail, beer, or glass of wine at night. But even if you don't notice the change, if you look at the science of what happens when you stop drinking, let's just say you might have second thoughts about leaning into this habit. First of all, alcohol in moderation is mostly fine and maybe even good for you, according to some research. For men, imbibing 15 or more drinks per week renders them a heavy or problem drinker. Now, having that many drinks over the course of 7 days doesn't mean you're an alcoholic, though it can put you at risk of developing a dependency. Alcohol is non-discriminatory, it affects the entire body, says Mita Johnson, an addiction educator and president of NADAC, the Association of Addiction Professionals. Others are subtler but potentially more harmful, such as high blood pressure, unhealthy cholesterol levels, liver damage, and heightened risk of heart disease, diabetes, and several cancers. Just because you're not feeling something doesn't mean something is not happening in your body, Johnson says. On your first day without a drink, don't expect to feel much different. What you might notice is sugar or carb cravings, as your body isn't getting the empty calories it's used to getting from booze. When you stop using alcohol, your sweet tooth still kicks in, so be careful of which foods and beverages you replace it with, Johnson says. Since you're probably not physically addicted to alcohol, going without it for a few days won't make much difference on a physiological level. What happens when you stop drinking, days 4 to 7? Subtle physiological changes start occurring within 72 to 96 hours of no alcohol, Johnson says. The first big one most people will notice is sounder slumber, as alcohol majorly messes with sleep cycles. When a problem drinker has alcohol in their system, two things happen: they have fewer REM cycles than normal, and they often don't sleep through the night, Johnson explains. The body breaks down alcohol into sugar before breaking it down further into vinegar and water so the kidneys can remove it. After 4 or 5 successive days without alcohol in the system, Johnson says sleep cycles typically begin to normalize, and people start waking up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you pee more, flushing water from the body and leading to dehydration. What happens when you stop drinking, weeks 3 to 5? This is when the really good stuff starts to happen. When you drink regularly, the stomach is irritated because there is way too much acid present, Johnson says. The liver and kidneys become much healthier, too, which Johnson says is a very big deal. We see a reversal of alcohol-induced fatty liver issues, which can lead to liver cancer, when someone stops drinking. The 3 to 5 week period is also when sugar cravings brought on by the lack of alcohol tend to subside, Johnson adds. Johnson insists it's impossible to put a timeline on weight loss since everyone's diet, metabolism, and activity levels are different. What happens when you stop drinking, months 1 to 3? After a few months of refraining from booze, all of the positive changes that come from abstinence add up to significantly improved long-term health projections. Within a month to a few months, we start to see a decrease in heart-related issues such as high cholesterol and blood pressure levels, Johnson says.